Bill McIntosh teaches AI non-stop. Success is his game, marketing's his fame. McIntosh, the marketing ace, follow his lead to the winning place. With AI become a spin, join him now, learn to win. Learn his way, don't delay. If you do, you'll make your fortune today.
Well, hello there, and welcome to the show. Of course, I'm Bill McIntosh. I'm your host, and this show is all about how to succeed as an entrepreneur. That could be whether you're brand new to entrepreneurship and maybe you're starting your first online business, or maybe you're a seasoned veteran trying to grow and scale and build up your online business. Well, some time ago, I made it my mission in life to help as many entrepreneurs as possible to achieve success using modern marketing and various digital strategies like AI. It's the big buzzword lately. So I teach that. And after having generated over $100 million in revenue across all my companies, over 25 years of doing this, that's my mission in life. And so that's what this show is all about. It's my chance to deliver some training, some education, some insight, strategies, tactics that you need to succeed, to grow traffic, grow revenue, and put some profit in your pocket. That's what the show is all about. So if that's what you're interested in, you're in the right place. By the way, to my audience, hello out there. Give me a big, excited hello or howdy, or however you want to greet me. Give me a greetings in the chat. Let's just see. I want to see who's here and where everybody's from. So give me a big hello in that chat. And by the way, anybody here new to the show? Maybe you've only been here with like once or never before. If anybody here is kind of new to the show, we do it every Wednesday. I'm here on camera at 2 Pacific, and we do this show. And I always do at least one training segment. And then we do a lot of Q&A and interaction with the audience to help make sure I help everyone with their entrepreneurial journey. So, okay, awesome. We've got Regina in Hawaii. Welcome back, Regina. Hello, Debbie. I see MFOS, Maymoss, Andrew Hassan in Oklahoma. I see Ty. And let's see, Newport, Rhode Island. Hey, Alex. Anybody here new to the show? Or we got all seasoned veterans who usually tune in today. I am curious. Oh, hey, Jackie from Mariba, Australia. Did I say that right? Probably not. Awesome. Okay, so Ty has been here only a couple of times. Andrew's new. Okay, well, welcome if you're new to the show. And then producer Nick out there, do we have a subscriber-only chat turned on today, or is it open? I forget how we have it set up today.
We do. It's subscriber only.
All right, so if anybody out there is new to the show and you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, it costs you literally one click. It's totally free. So just hit that red button, subscribe, and you can chat with us in there and say hello. Let us know if you're new to the show once you do that. Of course, when you subscribe, or even some of you older subscribers who have been around a while, one of the things that YouTube is notorious for is you subscribe to a channel and then they don't notify you when I go live or when I release new videos. So to make sure that that happens, all you have to do, you'll see like a little drop down, and then there's a bell icon. Click it and let YouTube know you want all notifications about the channel. So we go live once a week. Usually we release at least one training video, sometimes up to 3 per week, all on the topic of driving traffic, getting customers, building a list, getting profit, all the stuff that goes into building and growing and starting an online business, okay? So, lots more people saying hello. So, hey, hello, everybody. Thanks for tuning in today. And of course, we got producer Nick, who's behind the scenes helping make sure that the show goes well. I couldn't do it without his help. So producer Nick, one day we'll get you to be my co-host. Maybe I can get you to crawl out on camera one of these days.
Yeah. I need to get a major haircut first.
Well, you shaved your mustache. That actually, that's good.
Yeah, that's one step closer to not being camera shy.
Fantastic. Well, I have a very important question for you, Nick, before we get started.
What is it?
Why can't you trust the stairs?
Why not?
Because they're always up to something.
I like that. I like that.
So dad joke scale of 0 to 10, how does that rate? Yeah.
Let's say a 7.
That's a 7.
I'm still thinking about the 10 from last week. Do you remember
that?
That
was a pretty good one. That was a pretty good one. That was the janitor, right?
I've been telling that to my friends. They really like it.
If anybody wasn't here last week, I have a question for you. What did the janitor say when he jumped out of the closet? Supplies. So, all right. Okay, so we got, hey, Monica gave this one a 10, so she likes the stair one. Debbie gives me an 8. Okay, good. All right, well, that's pretty good. Okay, well, the dad jokes are pretty good from ChatGPT these days. So I'll take credit for the joke, even though I didn't. I'm just reading it from ChatGPT. This is courtesy of, let's see, this one is 4.0. That is the model of ChatGPT I'm using for these dad jokes. I tried their new model for dad jokes, and I'm not sure it's better, actually. So they have ChatGPT has the new model, which is, let me look here. So we have 0.1 preview. That's the one. So right now, the best teller of dad jokes seems to be 4.0. I'm sure that's really incredibly valuable information for everybody, right? All right, well, let's get to the good stuff and why you're all here, and that is content related to building and growing your business. And on today's show, we're going to be focused in on one entrepreneur in particular that we did a breakdown. Producer Nick and I went in and we studied this entrepreneur. It's a name that you might have heard of before. We'll talk more about him in a bit. But what we wanted to do is break down what he did to achieve success, because it's quite something, because he started from zero. He actually started out of failure. So he was failing and not really winning when it comes to building an online business. And he did a strategy that is free, which is what everyone is always asking me. How do I get traffic and build my business without spending a bunch of money on ads, without dumping a big budget into, trying to get visitors to my website? What can I do for free that will bring people to my site and help me build the business? And the detailed breakdown that we're going to give you today was exactly how he did that. And he went from nothing to an $8 million empire, including becoming a best-selling author in the process. And he started just like you from scratch with nothing and no budget. So we're going to break down what he did. It's a case study that goes into helping so that you can apply and do the same strategies for yourself and get traffic and revenue and build yourself a really solid business in the process. And if you're a beginner, this is really where you can start out. This is a great strategy for somebody who, if you haven't yet picked your niche market, you don't yet know what your online business is going to be, this method that I'll show you can solve that for you. It's pretty cool. So that's the topic for today's training, and it'll be a little bit of a lengthier training session today, and then we're going to go to Q&A with the audience. So that is my agenda for this show, and I see more people jumping in and saying hello. So hey, Tanko and Deanne and Stanley and RV Andy, Afifa, I probably said that wrong. And Bo, welcome back, Bo. So, and everybody else, welcome to the show. But so that's my topic today. And with that, I'm going to take a very quick commercial break, and then we'll be right back with today's content. I'll see you in just a minute.
The presidents, celebrities, or characters in this video are all fake and generated by artificial intelligence.
The other day while I was resting my eyes, I woke up to find that I'd built an entire online business.
Really, Joe? How'd you manage to do that?
Well, you see,
Wait a minute, Sleepy Joe. Let me guess. You had PushButton AI do all the work, didn't you?
That's right, Donald. It found me a fantastic domain name, built out a complete site, set up my shopping cart so I can get paid, and even wrote an entire email sales campaign for me, all while I was napping.
Well, I've been using PushButton AI too. And believe me, my new business, it's huge. The best. So much winning, you wouldn't believe.
This PushButton AI sounds phenomenal.
Oh, it is. It's almost as genius as I am.
But with better hair, no doubt.
Guys, all this talk is boring to me. What everyone needs to do is click the link of this video and go to the masterclass to see how to use this powerful technology to build their own profitable online business.
Well, if Elon says it, it must be worth a shot.
You're right, Barry. Everyone should click the link right now.
I can't believe I'm going to agree with Joe, but this masterclass sounds like it's going to be huge. Absolutely terrific. The best masterclass ever given, probably.
Okay, guys, how about we hit that link? Time is money.
All right, and we're back. So with that, we're going to dive into today's content. And I want to let you know, like usual, if you're somebody who's new to the show, we are recording this. So you might see me making notes for my editors. And my teleprompter's malfunctioning. Let's see. Here we go. So you might see me making notes for my editor. You might see me doing retakes, things like that. So I am indeed live, but that's how I do it. So I'll deliver the content in one block, and then I'm going to open it up to Q&A, and we'll have a conversation about the strategies and how you can use what we're going to go over today. Okay. Okay, fantastic. Let's do this. Get that there. And make sure I got everything set up. Got to have my caffeine before we get started. Here we go. So I'm going to start out by recording my hook. So that's the video piece that goes into content to get people to come in and click it and watch the video. So we're going to record the hook, and then I'm going to dive into, I have a slide deck and a bunch of info for you guys today. And here we go. Make sure I'm centered, and away we go. Are you looking for a way to go from zero to big online profits? Then keep on watching, because I'm about to peel back the curtain on an awesome strategy that you can use to do just that. It all comes from the playbook of this Take two. Note for editor, clean this up. It all comes from the entrepreneur. Okay, take three. Note for editor, we'll clean this up. It all comes from the playbook of this entrepreneur that I stumbled across, and he did something amazing. He built an email money machine that's been able to spit out profitable success after profitable success, putting over $8 million in his pocket. This guy was able to build his email list to over 3 million subscribers and then use it to launch a multi-million-dollar business empire, selling courses, software, books, and more. Stick around to the end, and I'm going to show you exactly how he did it and how I would use AI to do this today. So stick around. Let's get into it. Okay, now we're going to go and share my screen. Do entire screen, and we'll share audio and make sure I got the right screen. There we have it. Going to go like that. And producer Nick, you might want to hide yourself. Okay, we shall continue. Everything I cover in today's training is available in this slide deck, including all the resources, links, notes, and training tips that you might need to implement this training. It's free. Just look for the link in the description down below or in the comments below, and you can download this deck 100% free. Just become a subscriber to our free Ingeniosity newsletter, and this deck is my gift to you. All right, so let's start sharing the screen. We'll go full screen, and we shall get started. So we're going to be talking about a guy named James Clear. You might be familiar with him. If you're there, he's actually a best-selling business. We'll do a retake here. Note for editor, you can clean this up. Here we go. Today, we're going to talk about how James Clear built his $8 million empire, and we're going to show you the steps that you should follow if you want to duplicate his success. And he's a big deal at this point. He's actually become a best-selling author. He's a respected business author, but he wasn't always that way. He started out from zero. He started out, in fact, at less than zero, he was failing at his attempts to build an online business. And so we're going to go over how he broke out of that and how you can apply this even if you're just a brand new beginner who has never built a business before. He started out, when he had his breakthrough, he began to focus on his audience, meaning he was serving a particular group of people. He wanted to provide information and help to the business world. So he begun to build an audience of business people, of entrepreneurs, of small business owners, corporate business people. And he began to serve his audience first, meaning he found out what is it that they wanted to learn about? What is it that they wanted to have information about? What problems did they have? What goals did they have? He learned about that from them through the process that I'm about to show you. And then he used that information to launch a massively successful business. But he didn't start out that way. He had burnt through $5,000 of his own money before he began to have his first success. Okay. Now, the problem with these first few businesses that he tried was that he had kind of an offer first mentality, meaning he had in his mind what he wanted to sell, and then he found an audience to try to sell it to, which is actually backwards. That seems logical. And for most, especially if you're a newer entrepreneur or you're not really experienced in marketing, that would be the logical approach. You have a product to sell, so you go find an audience to sell it to. Well, it's by flipping that on its head and doing it backwards. You find an audience, you figure out what they need and want, and sell them that. It's a completely different way of looking at things. And today, I'll show you how you can do this even faster than James did, because now we have AI that you can use. You can leverage it to have quick, fast results and quick success. So the first step that you're going to do is you're going to choose your niche market and launch your site. Now, choosing a niche, your audience, so to speak, that's an important decision. And I think a lot of people get very worried about this and trying to pick the exact perfect niche market. And so we do have training here on this channel that can help you with that. If you're not familiar with our strategy, we use something called Ikigai, which is actually a Japanese sort of philosophy about how you choose what you're going to do in life. And essentially, what you're looking for is a cross section. If you think of the Venn diagrams, right, where you have the circles and where they overlap and intersect, right? That's what we're looking for here. And we're looking for where what you love, the things that you are interested in, the things that, that make you excited. That's part of how you pick your niche market. It's also, you take a look at what you're talented at, what you're good at, what you have a kind of a knack for. And then in addition to that, you look out there and see and try to figure out what the world needs related to those things. And then a very important part is what can what topic, what sort of thing about all of this can you actually do to make money? And it sounds simple, but watch the video. I'll drop a link to it down below so you can watch that video. It's a detailed training that'll walk you through how to apply this. So it's important that you do this correctly and that you pick the right niche market. And so go through that training. It'll coach you through how to do it because it's important that you get this right. Now, you can always pivot, right? So later down the road, you can always shift and adjust. And personally, I often find when I start a new business, the business at the end that's successful has often changed a bit. Sometimes we're selling a different product than I thought we would sell, or we're kind of have shifted our marketing and we're talking to a slightly different audience. So you can adjust, adapt as you go. You're not locked in once you pick a niche and you can never change your mind. So keep that in mind as well. So we have to have our niche market, and you do need a website. I will say that. That's important that you set up a site, and you have to have that as part of step one. Now, of course, I can help you with that. If you're not familiar with some of the stuff that we do, we offer a fully featured AI business building tool that it can literally just spit out a website for you. So if you want more information on that, you see the link there on the screen, and we can certainly help you with it. But you need your niche and you need your site. That's step one. Step two, we're going to start producing content. Now, this is what has traditionally been called SEO content, but really today, it's way beyond that. We're going to be using content, and I'm going to go into how you use it in a minute, okay? But that's the thing. You need to fill your site up with content. And what I do is I like to focus in on what are the unique problems that my niche has, what are the unique goals that my niche have, and I want to talk about those things and help provide solutions, insight, and information about them on my site. This is also known as a blog, right? You would be putting out articles and publishing them in the blog of the website that you have, okay? Now, this is a timeless strategy. I've been using content in my business for 25 years, and it's something that I will continue to do every day for the rest of my life as an entrepreneur. And it's because it is valuable and it is timeless. It is evergreen. It will continuously help you build traffic. So it is worthwhile to do content marketing and doing blogging and things like that. Okay. And James, one of the insights that he had was thinking about that. He was also realizing that this content thing was going to be a long-term play. So he created content that had a timeless element to it. I see a lot of people get kind of tied up in trying to do topical things that are kind of like a trend today, but they might not be a trend tomorrow. So instead, focus on evergreen things that you know are timeless, which is why I like to focus on the problems and the goals of my market, because I know those things tend to be timeless. And if I can help my market with those things, it'll work today, tomorrow, and years into the future. All right. Now, the thing here is you need to do this in volume. This is not something that you can just do every once in a while. And that was, I think, the place where James in his journey struggled the most in the case study that we went through of how he did this. This was a challenging thing to put out enough content. Well, the beauty today is you have AI to assist you. In fact, we even have tools in a side of our business that can help you with this and actually literally do your blogging for you every day, okay? All right, step 3. We need to have some way to capture email addresses and build a list. This was the cornerstone, the thing that made James so successful. He had a way, so when people would come to read the content on his website, he had a prominent, basically an ad showing on his blog, on his posts, promoting his email list. So he didn't lead by trying to sell stuff all over his website. He led by trying to get people to subscribe to get a little bit of free, useful information. And you can see an example of that there on the screen. You need this. Again, luckily, if you work with me and the systems that are PushButton business building tools will build all of that for you. They create the entire email infrastructure and an email marketing tool set that is attached with your website that will help you build your list and capture people on your subscriber list. And I cannot emphasize enough how valuable email marketing is. People tend to think it's old and maybe even outdated. Let me tell you, that's the furthest thing from the truth. It is still today the single most profitable marketing thing I do in my business is email marketing. And so definitely capture those leads from your website, okay? So now he distributes and amplifies the content. And in fact, I did an entire video training that goes into great detail about this. It's here on the channel. I'll link to it in the deck. So for those of you who download this deck, you'll get the link to the training, but it is here on the channel. You can see it there. And we talk about how to distribute and amplify that content. The simple thing is to share it in social media, okay? Put it on your blog, take the links to your blog posts and share them in social, over on X, over on Facebook, and any other place that you can share that content, do so. Get the link spread far and wide through socials and any other distribution channels that you can. Okay, it's really important, and that's what you do. That is the model. Now, one thing that makes this work, because not just traffic from social, right? Getting traffic from social media, from Facebook and X and those places is great. But the long-term play is we want to capture free traffic from Google, okay? The mighty G. They still have, they are the biggest force in the internet when it comes to traffic, period. And that, it's unlikely to change in the near future. So we want to rank in Google. To do that, we need what's called a backlink, which is simple. It's just really a link that's anywhere on the internet pointing back to your website. These can come from a variety of places. In fact, just sharing your link on social media counts as a backlink. A lot of people don't know that, okay? So that sends what's called a social signal, and it also sends a backlink that will point back to your website. But you want to go beyond that. You want to get more links from a variety of places. And some strategies that you can use for this, press releases are one, guest posting. This is something where you can offer to write posts on other people's websites and blogs. In exchange, you get to put a link in that article pointing back to your website. There's something called HARO, which stands for Help a Reporter Out. Okay, that's another great way to get media coverage that can be inexpensive. I think I know they used to have a free version. I don't know if they still do, but Help a Reporter Out has been rebranded. They're now called Connectively. You can also do podcast interviews. And then the piece that my head is hiding is here, we'll put it there, is to create shareable content. Okay. Meaning put stuff on your website that's worth sharing, and people will. People will share important articles, resources, lists, if you want to do product reviews, things like this that people find valuable, they naturally share it. That's what I found. So simply by creating great content and putting it out there, people share my stuff and I get backlinks. It works really well. Okay. So over time, because getting traffic from Google is a longer term play. So you're going to get short term traffic from the socials. Long term, you'll begin to rank in Google, and over time, you'll build it up. In fact, I'll show you James' traffic stats in just a minute. And you can see that process of how that traffic, scaled up over time. Okay, so now you're building a subscriber list. You're putting out content every day. You've got to be putting out blog posts every day, sharing it in social media. People are coming to your website, and you're building up your list. And remember, we're leading with the audience first. So we're not busy trying to shove things down their throat to buy stuff. Here, buy this, buy that. Here's my product. You don't want to do that at the start. You want to learn from your audience. You want to send them emails and say, hey, reply back and tell me what are the things that you need help with regarding, your niche market. And you can also learn by sending different offers to them. You can send them to different news articles. You can send them to other people's products and services, and you can pay attention to what things do they click on, what emails do they open, how do they respond to surveys, and you want to learn about your audience. Now, it is important that as you're building up your subscriber list, do not let this list go cold. This is the fatal mistake. It is the number one mistake I see a lot of new entrepreneurs do. They begin to build up an email list and they think, well, it's too small or it's too early, so I shouldn't email it too much. No, you want to continuously mail that list, even when it's young, okay? Even if you have 8 subscribers on your email list, mail it. And I recommend mailing it weekly. You can mail a little less frequently than that at the very, very beginning, but I highly suggest you mail at least weekly to your subscriber list, even when it's small. And I realize if you have an 8 people subscriber list, you're not going to get a lot of opens, not going to get a lot of clicks. In fact, you want to build it up to thousands, tens of thousands, and hundreds of thousands of subscribers to really start making that big, big, juicy profit. But early on, don't forget to email. Don't be shy. Talk to your list at least once a week, okay? And then you'll learn from them what they really, truly need and want. As you do this, you continue to put out content. You continue to, just provide good stuff to your list. You're sending them out news articles and links. Maybe you're sending them links back to your blog so they can read some of your blog posts. And as you do that, you're going to build up. And I recommend that you try to get to 5,000 subscribers. Now, this is a very generic number, and different niches can happen earlier, right? So if you're in a niche that is very easy to monetize, like it's easy to make money with, you can actually start this earlier, okay? But 5,000 is a good, just general rule of thumb of 5,000 subscribers. And here's where you can really get into launching your own products. Okay. Now, up to this point, you can totally promote other people's stuff, and get affiliate commissions, get commissions for promoting other people's stuff. But here is where you really have the opportunity to do a launch, where you can now launch your own products or services, and you do it in a way that helps your list with what you've learned about them. You've learned what they need and want. You've learned their biggest problems and pain points and the goals that they have. So now you can create a product, whether that's a training course or coaching, or maybe it's some kind of an e-commerce product. Whatever the product is, you design it to help them with those things, and then you launch it to them. Okay. And now you can start making money. This is what James did in his journey to success, which again resulted in him being a best-selling author, a New York Times best-selling author, because of the list that he built following the strategies I'm showing you. So, and now you sell it to them. Okay. So I also have a video on the channel. It's a very big image of my YouTube video, but that's a video we've got on the channel that teaches you how to do that. So reference the channel. You can go dig in and find that. But now we're going to sell them, what they are looking for. Okay. Now, alternatively, you can promote an affiliate product, which is what this goes into. But now it's time to just do a aggressive sales and marketing launch, which means you're gonna take anywhere from 1 to 2 weeks, and you're gonna craft out a daily email promoting, pitching, and selling what you've learned, and and you're gonna do what's called a launch. Now, at this point, you'll start to make profit, and a hefty amount of it, actually. So this time, we just repeat the cycle. You produce your content, you distribute your content, continue collecting emails, continuously finding out more and more about what your audience needs and wants, continuously selling them solutions that help them with those things. Okay. And this, again, you can sell your own products or services, affiliate products or services. If you have friends that you want to promote their products or services, you just keep doing this, and you just keep repeating that process. And I want to show you how James did it. Let's talk a little bit about James and how he did this to become like a household name, of a huge business influencer, purely by doing what I just covered. Here, I'm going to hide myself for a moment. Okay. So now, before James had a multi-million-dollar book deal, he had tried to launch a few businesses online. Okay. He tried a photography business that didn't take off, an iPhone app. He dropped in over $5,000 in that business to try to launch it, and it bombed. He made $19 back. Okay. So that didn't take off. He started a newsletter about credit cards. That didn't do well. He even tried launching a course on business building. That didn't take off. So the problem was, and this is in his own words, which we'll listen to him in a moment. I wanted to be an entrepreneur, and I had these products, and I would launch them, and nobody cared. Okay. So let's take a quick look. I'm going to escape out of the presentation for a moment. And I'd like to you could hear from James directly.
So I think, I started writing because I wanted to be an entrepreneur, and I had these products, and I would launch them, and nobody cared. And I realized the problem is that I don't have an audience. I don't have anybody to market to. I don't have anybody to tell about this. And so I started writing a blog to build an email list, because I was like, if I want to be an entrepreneur, I need to have an audience of people who I can go to when I'm ready to sell the next product.
Yeah.
And this funny thing happened, which is the more that I wrote, I found out actually the thing I'm good at is not building these products. It's building an email list. That's the thing I'm good at. And I actually like writing much more than I thought I would. And so that was kind of.
All right. So, and that goes on. I'll put a link to this in the, if you end up downloading.
Was this.
Sorry. Trying to exit full screen and freaking out there on me. Okay. So in the slide deck, I'll link to this. So if you end up downloading our free slide deck, again, just join our newsletter, link down below, and we'll give this to you for free. You can go watch the full interview. But let's head back to our presentation and continue. Okay. So as he continued on his journey, he didn't really start to have success until he started something called Passive Panda. And that's what he was just talking about way back when he started blogging on that website and built up 10,000 email subscribers, and he was getting about 700,000 visitors to his website a year. Okay. And then that actually evolved into what became his multi-million-dollar empire that he launched under his personal brand, which was jamesclear.com. And so back then he launched that. He took the Panda website, turned it into his own personal brand, and then kept blogging there, kept releasing content. And then the key thing I want to focus in on here too is he would amplify the reach of that content. And this was doing guest posting. So he would go out to big websites and get them to reshare his content. And then he would get backlinks when he would do that. So it's essentially helping another website with free content in exchange for a backlink. Okay. So, and then the other sites would rank on Google and he would get attention. Then his blog post started to rank on Google and he would get even more attention. And his email list continued to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And by 2018, he had a 400,000 email subscriber list. And you could see, look at this path here from 0, 33,000, 100,000, 215,000, all the way up to almost 1 million subscribers, 960,000 subscribers. Okay. And so that was his path. Now, here is a little thing showing the organic traffic growth. So this takes us back here. And you can see that it took persistence. It took him sticking with it and continuing that process that we went over in our training today. Continue doing his daily blogging, his daily content outreach, sharing in social media, getting backlinks, and building his email list. And you could see how it took time, and then he got traction, and things just really took off, which then leveraged him into his next project. You might be familiar with the book Atomic Habits. So that's James's book, and he's a New York Times bestselling author because of his email list, right? It wasn't that he wrote the book, became a best-selling author, and then built his list. No. He started from obscurity, a failed entrepreneur who was losing money and bouncing from one shiny object to the next, to when he stuck with one strategy, the strategy that I revealed to you right here on this training. He did it. He stuck with it. He was consistent. And look what happened. He's now a New York Times bestselling author and a multimillionaire as a result of the email list that he built with his content. Okay. That book has sold 20 million copies. Wouldn't that be cool? Could you imagine, that? Like, look out into the future after having done this for some time. You're consistent. You've stuck with it. You've gone through the ups and the downs, and now you're a best-selling author and you're a multimillionaire. That's what sticking with a marketing strategy for the long term can do for you. And by the way, if you'd like a little bit of help with that, if you've ever felt stuck, like maybe you'd like to work hand in hand with me and spend 5 days with me, and we can do that together. We can actually build your business together, you and I, over 5 days in our 5-day challenge. And you can learn more about that by going to pushbutton.ai/engine. So just 5 days together, and we'll build your content machine that you can do what you just saw James achieve. By the way, we have a bonus podcast episode that you'll be able to download that goes into much more detail about James's story and some of the specific details, so specific tactics that he applied. So we have a podcast you can download. All you need to do is become a subscriber to our Ingeniosity newsletter. You'll get this deck, all the links and resources, and you'll be able to listen to. It's a short 10-minute podcast that goes into all the behind the scenes little details of how James achieved his success. And then let me come back on screen. Where am I? There I am. And and note for editor, you can clean this up and pick it up here. And so I hope this gets you a little closer to achieving the success like James. And as you saw, we have lots of videos on this channel that cover how to pick your niche market, how to build an email list, how to make money from that email list, and so much more. So make sure that you're a subscriber. You'll see a red link down below that says subscribe. Tap it. Make sure you set the notifications, because YouTube doesn't tell you when we go live unless you click the bell icon. So click subscribe, the little drop down, and click the bell. And then you'll be notified with all the content we release here on the channel. And I'm here live every week. So if you'd like to join me live, ask me questions, get personal help from me during our live sessions, make sure you're subscribed so you get notified next time we go live. And if I got note for editor, you can clean this up. And if you got value from today's video, you know what to do. Smash that thumbs up, give me some likes, and I would love to hear from you. What kind of newsletter are you thinking about building? Or what kind of an email subscriber list are you thinking about building? Do you know what niche you're going to go into? I would love to hear from you. Let me know what your plans are and if I can help you. If there's any questions you have about applying this or any additional information you need, drop those comments down below. I would love to hear about it, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now. Okay, so that is it. So live audience, we're going to do some Q&A. We're going to dive in, and I want to answer all of your questions. So if you have any questions about applying what we talked about today, I'm going to give you a couple minutes to pop those in. And then before we answer your questions, I am going to take a very quick commercial break, give my voice a little rest, get a little more caffeine, but I'll be right back in just a couple of minutes. And get those questions submitted now, and producer Nick will read them for me, and we'll answer all of your questions and give you all the help we can. And we'll see you in just a minute. Let me find the right, right there it is. Found the right commercial. And so I'm gonna kick off the commercial, and I'll see you in just a minute. 25 years of building online businesses, I've discovered that it can be a confusing and overwhelming process. Luckily, I made it through all of that, and I've generated over $100 million in results across all of my companies over the years. But for many entrepreneurs, like you maybe, you might be facing uncertainty, overwhelm, confusion about what to do next to make profit online. Whether you're starting your first business or you might be trying to grow your existing business. And if you would like to get certainty, clarity, and your own roadmap to success, then I'm offering a special one-on-one consultation. This is a one-on-one success session. It is absolutely free. And the reason I'm offering this is because I've found that if you help people understand their roadmap and their path forward, that they'll do business with you when it makes sense. So by showing you and helping you get that clarity, get that certainty, and having your own roadmap to achieve success through online entrepreneurship, I know that if it's a right fit, that you'll do business with me in the future. So I'm willing to offer this totally free to join a member of my team and learn for yourself. And don't worry, there is no high pressure sales tactics here. This is just help to help you succeed. So instead of the high pressure sales, we're going to jump on with you one-on-one. We'll have an interview session to learn a little bit more about you and put together a specific program. We'll do a follow-up call, and you'll be able to join one of my experts, and they're going to help you achieve the clarity that you desire so that you know what to do, so you can make the maximum amount of profits fast for your unique situation. In this session, you're going to uncover exactly what business and marketing strategies are going to unlock the profits that you're looking for. You're going to uncover the best lead generation strategies for existing business owners. So if you've got a business that you want to expand, we're going to cover how to do that. If you're a new business owner, we're going to cover how to start your first successful business. We're going to help you deal with any overwhelm, confusion, or uncertainty on what to do next, which I find for new entrepreneurs is vital. Then we're going to help you figure out what might have gone wrong in the past, because chances are you've probably tried a few things and you might be frustrated with what happened. So we're going to cover what went wrong from past marketing efforts so that you don't make those mistakes again. Then you're going to discover unique methods of affiliate marketing that are not possible anywhere else. Finally, we're going to uncover any issues you might be having with mindset and the way you're approaching and thinking about your business. so that you can learn what is the optimum way to get productivity, to stay motivated, to not go into procrastination, and actually get things done in your business. And then, if our push button business building tools are the right solution for you, we will do a personalized live demo for you, and we'll show you how our tools can help you. And if it's a good fit, awesome, we can do some business together. And if not, you come away from the session with some value, knowing exactly what you need to do next. And that helps me achieve my mission in life, which is to help as many entrepreneurs like you as possible. Claim your absolutely free success session by going to the link that you see on the screen below and find exactly how we can help you. And whether or not you choose to do business with me now or sometime in the future, or maybe we don't do business at all, I am happy to be able to help you in your journey as an entrepreneur. I look forward to hearing all about your session. We'll see you next time. Okay, and I'm back. By the way, is my stream coming through okay? For those of you who are still here, we are in a ad break, so YouTube is probably playing ads for many people, but some of you may see me if you got YouTube Premium or for whatever reason YouTube didn't want to show you an ad. But how's the stream quality for those of you who are here with me? Let me see here.
Yeah, it looks a little iffy for me.
Yeah. How about for all of you? Is it coming out a little pixelated and grainy? Okay. Okay. Well, maybe that's the weird thing about streaming here is that everyone seems to have a unique experience. We could be streaming and one person has got an amazing crystal clear connection. Somebody else sees a pixel choppy version of me. So, okay, their quality is good for everybody. So that's good to know. Well, fantastic. So, by the way, if you want that session you just saw in that little ad we created, that was producer Nick and his team made that just last week. So, love how that ad came out, by the way, Nick.
Yeah, I'll tell Jake. He'll appreciate that.
Yeah. So,
he might be watching. Sometimes he tunes in.
Oh, okay. Well, Jake, if you're out there, awesome job. I love how it came out. But yeah, anybody who has not yet had a success session with us, you can certainly go claim yours. Link we dropped into the chat. And you know what? I'll pin it. Let me see if I can find it. I am going to, is that the right one or is it the frustrated link, Nick?
Oh, your screen. I don't know if it's my computer or yours. Sorry, my computer is freaking out a little bit. It went black for a second.
Oh, okay.
But yes, it's session, not frustrated. PushButton.ai/session.
Okay. Oh, I think the video shows the wrong link then. We may need to redo that. Yeah, okay. I'm not sure. Anyway, I'm going to pin it. There we go. It's pinned. And if you're in the live audience and you're interested in claiming your session, the link is in the live chat. I pinned it there. Cool. Oh, and the audience likes it too. Tracy says, brilliant ad. Cool. Then let's dive into the questions.
Yeah. Okay. This first one comes from Ty. I'll read the full question. He says, he's brand new, no niche selected yet, no traffic source, and I'm wondering what the single best converting traffic source is for a couple of easier niches.
So you haven't picked the niche yet, though, right? Well, I mean, the funny thing that for most niches is the strategy that we touched on it today, and there's a specific video on the channel that goes into it in detail. And that's the strategy of putting out content, sharing it in social media. And if you have a budget, you can spend as little as $2 a day amplifying it, where you, but yeah, I won't spoil the video. It goes into great detail about what that traffic strategy is and how it works. So producer Nick, you might want to share if you have that link handy. If you don't, we can try to find it. But yeah, that's that I would recommend for almost all niches that this strategy of doing content marketing shared on social media and then over time getting links to your website, and that process. So you can get short-term traffic from social media, you can get long-term traffic from Google, and your business has a nice steady growth phase. So that's the combination. And if you want to go fast and you have a budget, that's where the little bit of ad spend that you spend on Facebook ads or ads on X can really make that go much, much faster.
All right, cool. And I'm scrolling down to the next one. I think the next one is from Ty as well.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Oh, well, DE Production says he's reading Atomic Habits. I've actually read it myself. It's actually a really good book. I personally recommend it.
Yeah, I think it's right back. Let's see, where is it?
That might be my copy that I've.
Did you steal my book?
I might have. I do steal your books. I see something in there and I take it home to. I never read them. I'll read maybe like the first. I have like 6 books I'm in the middle of right now. I can't stick from one to the end.
Yeah,
I have shiny object syndrome with books.
It's funny. Books are very much like, like I know a lot of people buy courses and like shiny object things in the entrepreneur world, right? And so people will buy an ebook or a course or a training or a method. And I know I'm bad at this. I collect them, right? So I'll buy them and then I don't actually implement them. And I think books are similar, right? So you collect these awesome books that you really want to read, and maybe you read the first 3 pages, and then you never quite manage to finish them. So
you read the first chapter, then you find the next book you want to buy, and then you just you move on.
They're like shiny object courses online. Yeah.
My bookshelf it makes me look really well read, but the truth is I probably read like less than 20% of the contents in my bookshelf.
Well, that strategy we showed last week about using Notebook LM for books that that you want to read is probably a fantastic solution to that. In fact.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. If you guys didn't see last week's episode, we're going to be dropping a video on the channel soon with it. But it's using Notebook LM, which is a new AI tool from Google, and you can quite literally, if you follow what I did in the video. You can get a PDF copy of the book you want to learn about, upload it to Notebook LM, and it'll just help you learn everything in the book without having to actually read it. So as funny as that sounds.
Yeah. Well, I'm if people are interested, I don't know if I'm going to do this for every single video, but notice at the end of the video, the bonus podcast we had in the deck, I made that with Notebook LM. I took all the sources I used to make the deck and my notes too. I dropped it into Notebook LM and it made a podcast based.
The Notebook LM tool is, I hope Google stays focused on it. It seems like they're going to stay focused on adding features to it because I think it's a really awesome product. So, and especially it's totally free right now. So that's, yeah. Anyway, I sidetracked us. Let's get back on track.
That's true. Anyway, okay. This is the next question from Ty. He's a few questions actually.
Mm-hmm.
All right, he says, what kind of site would you start with? A WordPress blog template? Is there something better? I know they get hacked all the time.
Yes. So I guess the short answer, and it's a little self-serving, is that you should sign up for our PushButton business building tools. You can get a demo for that at the link I was showing. In fact, if you register for a success session with the link that I put in the pinned in the comments, you can see a demo of it. And what we do is we can help you build it. We use AI to build it, and we do build it on WordPress. WordPress is my favorite platform. So if you're technical enough that you can go do all that yourself and you want to build the site and load it up with content and configure it and do all that stuff yourself, I would recommend WordPress. Or you can work with my team and they'll do it for you using AI and our special automation and hosting. But it is important that you secure it. It is true that WordPress can be hacked. So if you install it yourself on your own hosting, yes, that can happen. WordPress is notorious for, it can have performance problems and it can be hacked. But what's crazy is when you do it right, it's very secure and incredibly fast. So you really have to kind of know what you're doing to do a self-installation and a self-setup of WordPress. But we host thousands of WordPress sites for our clients. And we have never had one hacked that I know of in the entire time of doing it. And it's due to what the steps we take to secure our websites for our clients.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And he had a part 2 after that.
Okay.
And then he said, do we need socials everywhere, posting videos on Instagram and TikTok?
So whether you do Instagram and TikTok is a little bit up to you if you are comfortable doing video content. Everyone is unique. Some people love video. Some people hate video. Some people want to have their face on video. Some people would never want their face or even their voice on the internet, right? So it depends a little bit on you. If you're excited about putting out video content, then by all means, do Instagram, do TikTok, do YouTube. Those are all phenomenal places to build an audience and get traffic, but it's just not for everyone. If you're not comfortable doing video content for whatever reason, you skip them. But if you are, by all means, go for it.
Yeah, and there's tons of ways to redistribute and amplify your content without showing your face or making videos. And depending on your niche, different platforms will suit you better. Personally, I'm very bullish on Twitter/X. The reason being is if you have a lot of text content, like if you're using a blog, you can literally just take excerpts from your blog and just copy and paste them into Twitter. That's actually something James Clear does because he has a lot of this. Now he doesn't really do the blog posts anymore. He has this newsletter called 321, and he'll just basically copy and paste. I think he sends it twice a week. But he'll basically just copy and paste excerpts from his newsletter and just paste them to Twitter, and they do really well. So
cool. Yeah, by no means is video a requirement. It's an optional step you can do if you want to. If you have the time and you feel like it, add it to your arsenal. It will make things better, but it's not required by any stretch of the imagination. Yeah.
All right.
I have an important question for you before the next one, if that's okay.
Sure.
Wait, hold on. Oh, darn it, I really butchered that.
Oh no.
My phone is like just blowing up. Like, oh, stop it. I keep getting notifications covering my screen.
Oh, I hate that.
Okay. Okay, I'll come back to you with that question. Go ahead and go to the next question.
Okay. Shoot.
Sorry,
I lost
everybody.
Here, let me go back because I want to make sure we're going in order. We're going nice orderly line. Let's see who's next.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, who is next? Okay, this is from RV Andy's Getaways. He says, what type of site do we need to build for this?
What type of site? Yeah, I would recommend WordPress. I would recommend you build a WordPress site and you use the blogging features of WordPress to get started. Yeah. And of course, we can help you with it if you are interested in that. That's one of the services that we provide. So we can have the AI literally build your whole site, design it, launch it, and then away you go. So if you claim your success session and spend some time with our team, they'll talk more about that and show it to you. Yeah.
All right. And this is a good question from Regina. She says, I'm already in the process of having content created, sharing, and building a list. Is it okay to have some affiliate links inside of that content? Or is it best to just stick with value first?
Well, I think it depends. What you want to avoid is that you look like you're being too aggressive. Early on in your early relationship with that list, you can certainly drop affiliate links. And there are many times where you can recommend products or services or tools, and it's purely helpful, right? So if it's done in that spirit of like being helpful to your audience, and it isn't like you're cramming and being aggressive with your selling, then it's totally fine. You can sprinkle affiliate links, in your free giveaways. You can do it in your email list. You can even as you know, I'm a big advocate of designing, building, and giving away courses to build a list. You can even load up your course with affiliate links. but it should be done from that perspective of what are the tools and resources and things that your audience really does need, and there's no harm in sharing that with them. Yeah.
I want to know what your viewpoint is. It reminded me of when we were at Internet Marketing Party, and there was that talk on how fast you should start selling, whether or not you should provide value first, and how long you should wait until you actually, hard sell something. And I want to know what your viewpoint is on how long you should wait till you start going into promo mode.
This is really a tactical and kind of strategic decision, because there's no like one size fits all answer. So I'll give you an example. If I were launching a new product and I was aggressively spending ad budget on launching that new product, and I had a funnel where I was sending people in on paid, maybe I'm spending money on Facebook ads, driving them into a paid funnel, I would monetize quickly. Like I would not be shy. I would be very aggressive with my monetization in that situation, right? If you're operating on a limited budget, maybe you're newer at this and you don't want to like burn through $5,000 like James did before you realize it's not working. Then you go slower and you do the process like we talked about in today's training. It's a slower haul and a longer process. But it really comes down to your skill level, your budget. If you have a budget on that you can, rapidly send traffic and spend some money on traffic, then quickly monetize, because you want to recapture your ad spend quickly. If you're on a slow growth, long-term plan, like we talked about today, then take longer to monetize and lead with value. That's, that would be my approach, So you have paid marketing funnels versus kind of like organic marketing funnels. And that's the difference really is organic, take longer, paid, start off aggressively and then back off and deliver value. That's kind of my approach with either of those.
All right. And this comes from RV Andy's Getaways.
Mm-hmm.
And he's talking about push button sites. He says, does the site come with email sequence, emailer, CRM, etc.?
Yes. So the sites that we build, the site is built on WordPress. It comes with an email, marketing suite. So you have a CRM, which is a customer relationship management tool. For those of you who didn't know that it means like you have a place where you can go look at all your leads and you can see notes on, did you talk to them or did you not talk to them? You can store their email address, their phone number, their name, and it's like a whole customer relationship management system. That does come included, as well as an email marketing suite. So you can send out email newsletters. You can send out autoresponders like over a series of time. All of that's included with the sites that we build.
All right. And this is from Monica. She says, I am confused about when it is AI talking and when it is you. It's all Bill. No AI this episode.
Yeah. I've only once ever used AI on the show, and I made sure I told everybody. So, yeah. We played a joke on the audience to prove a point where I went to commercial break, and then when I came back, it was an AI version of me. It wasn't really me. That was not today. That was a show. That was like 6 months ago or more. Yeah. And the audience couldn't tell. I don't know if any of you were here when I did that, but the audience, it took a little while. So I had the AI version of me was delivering content, and then all of a sudden it started speaking in Japanese and then German and then French, and then finally the audience caught on. But yeah, that was fun. Otherwise, It's all me. Yeah.
All right. This is from DE Production. They say, how long did it take James Clear to build up to 5K subscribers?
I don't know the answer to that very specific question. I know we have
I do. It was in year one, because I know so we started jamesclear.com in 2012. By 2013, 12 months later, he hit 33K. So he was able to hit 5K in under the first 12 months.
Yes, you can see here. So the year one milestone is 33,000 subscribers. Yeah, on that graphic. So There you go. So I would think he hit 5K fairly quickly based on that. I don't know how long it took for him to get traction, but yeah.
Well, he because his first business success was with that blog, Passive Panda, and he started that in 2010, and then basically turned it into JamesClear.com in 2012. But during those first 2 years, he learned. I think he dialed in. He figured out how to do SEO right with Passive Panda. And so when he was starting JamesClear.com, he basically knew what he was doing. So he was able to get a lot of traffic relatively quickly.
Yeah, and that's not an uncommon path that I see amongst, people that have achieved success online, where I'll see somebody who dabbles in one thing, maybe has a little success or a total failure. They quit, they start something else, they dabble at that, maybe that fails. And then somewhere along that journey, it all comes together for them. And then all of a sudden they start achieving success. So that's a pretty common. It's funny because, then it's like, look, I had overnight success, but really, no, you had a string of 4 or 5 different failures. And then you suddenly had overnight success. It's just funny how that works. Yeah.
Well, that is seeing the early days with James Clear, because now he's a, Deca millionaire, 20 million copies sold of his book, household name. Everyone in the chat knew about his book, Atomic Habits. Like, he's a very popular, successful guy.
Yeah.
But in the beginning, it was kind of depressing. It was just failure after failure.
Well, and, look, I recognize
most people would quit. Imagine if you quit.
Yeah, I know. Well, and I want to say that, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but I think a lot of people in our chat, in the live audience right now, are in a similar situation to where James was before he had that breakthrough. And his persistence. So, he started that and stuck with it. Is the other thing. Once he saw signs of success in that new strategy he had, he stuck it out and remained consistent. Yeah.
I think the loudest and most well-known entrepreneurs are the people who either maybe they're doing it unintentionally, but they make it look like their first venture was a home run. And it's like the pseudo overnight success, when in reality they had all this failure before that. It was like the foundation for their later success.
Yeah, I think that happens a lot.
It depresses a lot of people because they're like, oh, Guru Joe was able to make $1 million his first year. Why didn't I? And it's really Guru Joe's 7th year,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, I can even say for my story, I was consuming internet marketing kind of content, and I'd gone to a couple internet marketing seminars, and it took me a little while. And then all of a sudden, boom, I had my breakthrough, and then everything changed. So I personally have a similar thing to that, but I think it's human nature. I don't think it's just like business gurus. I think it's, Instagram is a great example of this. Everyone is excited to share their wins and successes, and when they do something great and they achieve a milestone. It's not so fun to talk about your failures. It's like, oh man, I went bankrupt. You're not going to go on Instagram, and share that. Well, hopefully, I think if at least if you're emotionally and mentally stable, you probably won't go on Instagram and share with the world all about every little bad thing that happens to you. But you're very excited to share your wins, right? Like, man, this is exciting. I built this business, and so I think it's just human nature. But I think behind almost every success story is a similar sort of a thing. It looks like an overnight success, but no one hears about what happened before that. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, that reminded me, I have some friends right now who are traveling the world together. They're doing a business together, and they're traveling the world, and their Instagram looks like their life looks crazy. They look like they're millionaires, but I don't know behind the scenes.
you know what's really happening.
They're having some pretty severe problems at the moment. And that just made me think about that.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, and it's not that anybody's trying to be fake necessarily. Some people are. I see people that love to show off their Lambos and all that stuff. Some people are fake, but I think a lot of people are being genuine. They just don't want to share it. And let's be honest, like, what if I did that? If I showed up on this show every Wednesday and told you guys about all the headaches and problems and frustrations that I had this week, would you watch my show? No, you would not.
That's I
maybe
well,
I'm
sometimes
yeah.
I'm different. I kind of like, there's a few creators I like where they share the triumphs and the challenges. So I think if you can curate a mixture of both, I think it's better than being all headache versus all guru and flash,
Yeah.
Like there's I'm forgetting this brand, but it's the guy who does the daily. He has like hundreds of SEO assets, and then he just shares every day. He shares his exact P&L and his exact where he's ranking.
Oh, you're talking about Jackie, right?
Indexy? Is that
Indexy?
Is that his brand?
Yeah.
And he'll share, like, he'll show up one day and he's like, I just made all this money, and then the next day he's like, yeah, Google just nuked all of my websites. Don't do this. Here's what I did. I kind of like that.
He got clapped, as he says. Yeah. But
all right.
Okay, back to the questions.
More questions. This is from the motivational minister. He says, does YouTube and social network block certain words? I'll do a reel and get hundreds or thousands of views, but when I do one with my free offer, I get very little views.
Well, I think it's two things that could be occurring. I do think so. The socials, to one degree or another, if something smells like spam, like if you're using the word free, or you're using terminology that might be associated with, I don't know. Like, I have the issue that if anything I talk about sounds like get rich quick, I can have my reach can be squashed using language like free. At least when you're talking about organic traffic, right? You can use the word free if you're paying and amplifying it just pushes it out anyway. But then secondary is the user behavior. That's probably the more important factor, is that, I would think that sometimes your free content gets more engagement than your more commercial posts will get less engagement, or they'll get maybe even negative signals if someone like hides it or something. And that could be sending a negative signal to, the platform, and then they show your content less often. So it could be a combination of both. Yeah.
All right. And then he says, he has a follow-up question. He says, if they block certain words, do you have a video on words to avoid?
I don't have a video on words to avoid, but again, I think probably the more important factor is user behavior that they're looking at as to how the users are interacting with your commercial content. That's why, which by the way, that what we talked about today and the video about how to do content marketing on social that's on my channel are fantastic for what you're talking about, because you are leading with value in social and you get them to leave Facebook, leave X, and then on your website is where you do your commercial promotion, right? So you lead with value and you go, hey, I got this awesome article that teaches you all about X, Y, and Z. You're going to love it. They click, they come to the article, and while they're on your website, now there's an ad to join your mailing list or to promote your product or whatever while they're on your website. And when you do it that way, I tend to get better social results than just purely a promotional post that kind of pushes, whether it's even a free newsletter or buying a product. If I lead in social with that, I get lower engagement as well. So that's my solution. Lead with content, get them to your website, get them on your email list, and then start to give the commercial messages.
All right. That kind of reminds me of the cold email training we did, where you're like, never sell in your first email. All you're trying to do is elicit a reply. You get them to the environment where you want to sell them, but in your first contact, that's not what you're doing, because then they'll just like, you're not going to get any reach.
Yeah, it's really valuable to get a new subscriber to reply back to you. It really is. Yeah.
It reminds me, because I'm for Nizzly, I'm doing outreach for the influencers, and then my first round of cold email, outreach to get influencers to help us out, it's like not working. And then you just boil it down to, I just going to ask them, hey, are you doing brand deals? Are you doing collabs right now? Just get the reply. Yeah. Just a one sentence, and get them to an environment where then you can, promote whatever you want. But first you have to get the reply.
And I have a seasonally appropriate question for you.
Okay.
Why don't skeletons ever go trick-or-treating?
Why not?
Because they have nobody to go with.
You should have you should have what's the word? Enunciated body.
So okay,
body to go with.
So I got to work on my timing. Here we go. Ready?
Yeah.
Why don't skeletons ever go trick-or-treating?
Why not?
Because they have no body to go with.
Yeah, you should have said that way.
There you go.
That's a lot stronger when you enunciate it like that.
So what is the difference on your dad joke scale between the two?
That first one was like a 3. Then I think you saved
3. Wow. Okay.
6.5.
Okay. Well, I got to practice my comedic timing then.
Yeah. Everyone agrees. They're saying it's better that way.
Cool. All right, let's go back to questions, which, by the way, we're going to be wrapping up the show in a little bit, but we'll go to Ask Me Anything. So any questions, whether it's related to today's content or not, get your questions in the chat, and I'm going to do my darndest to help you as much as I can. So if you've got a specific question about your business, an issue you're having or something you're trying to achieve, you need some help with it, pop those questions in there, and I'll do my best to help you out. And what I would like to do, Producer Nick, I'm going to take a quick commercial break, and then we'll come back and we'll finish answering the questions that you've already got, plus any others that come in. So I'm going to take a very fast break. I'm just finding the commercial. Where did it go? There it is. And we'll be right back in just a minute. Those of you who are not yet a PushButton AI customer, then you need to check this out. And all you need to do is go to pushbutton.ai/demo, pushbutton.ai/demo, and you can get a live one-on-one appointment to get on Zoom and see this powerful technology in action. And with PushButton AI, it will build an entire business from bottom to top. Everything you need, from your domain name to your logo to videos to audio lessons, an entire course that you can sell as your own, a 30-day email sequence that it writes. You can send a daily email for 30 days, all written by AI, and a whole lot more. It writes your sales page. If you're not sure how to write an expert sales page to convince people to buy stuff, it writes it for you. It writes a free report that you can give away to get subscribers to your list. It even creates and writes the opt-in subscription page to get people to subscribe to get the free report. And it goes on and on and on. It even writes your first 10 blog posts for you, and it can do so much more. Social media posts, ads, all of these things are done, and all you have to do is answer a couple of questions and push a button. Now, PushButton AI is not available to the public at the time of recording this video, and the only way to get in is by invite to our behind-the-scenes beta access. And during your live demo, we'll show you the technology. We'll actually work with you to actually map out an entire course that you could sell as your own. We'll outline the course with you together on the one-on-one Zoom call. And then if you so decide, if you're a good fit, you can come in, join our PushButton AI beta program, and be in business with that very course by the next day. Go to pushbutton.ai/demo to figure out if this powerful technology is right for you. You can register there. You'll book an appointment in the calendar. Be sure you show up. Our team will be very excited to meet you and show you how the tech works, outline your new course for you, and hopefully it's a fit and we can work together to launch your next business. And I'm back. All right, so let's dive back into the questions. Of course, we're on an ad break, so YouTube might be showing ads to some of you, and to others, you're here with me. So it's funny. YouTube, when we have it show ads, it obviously, if you have YouTube Premium, you don't see ads. But also, YouTube just sometimes doesn't show ads to certain people at certain times. It's not sure how they decide who to show them to and who not to, but by now, hopefully everybody's back, and let's move on to questions.
Yeah, this one's from Alex. He says, I'm building a clothing lifestyle brand for men, like Tommy Bahama or Polo, Ralph Lauren, and I'm just starting online. I have many brick and mortars, and I'm building a Shopify website. And then he says, when it comes to working on content, what else should I be doing when I release the collection and I want it to explode?
Yeah, I would think, not fully knowing your brand and the collection of clothes that you have, but I would guess that there are fashion-oriented bits of content. So be thinking about who the ideal buyer of your clothes are, especially if you already know that from your other business activities. You want to profile those people and be thinking about what are the fashion-related questions they might have, or is there any tips that you can put together on properly assembling a wardrobe using your clothes, or how they accessories mix and match and fit with other brands or specific situations. Do you have clothes that fit people going on vacation? Do you have clothes that fit the workplace environment? And I think there's a lot of room for content. So don't overlook content marketing in that strategy. And then that being said, you may be able to do some strategic influencer marketing. There's a lot of influencers in the fashion niche. So that would be something that I would certainly test. Producer Nick is doing a bunch of outreach right now for recruiting influencers to promote one of our product lines. So that would be the two initial ones I would go to. If you have a budget and you have the ability to invest in ads and not have to immediately profit, right? So consider, if you've never done ads before with a new product line, consider advertising an investment, because you're going to have to trial and error and experiment and test and track and work out what are the right kind of creative to use in your ads, the right audiences to show to. And it will take time, but you can dial in paid spending. And I would say in the socials, I would look at, Facebook, Insta, and TikTok as places, depending upon, again, your brand and your target market. But that would be, if it were my business and I were in charge of those decisions, that's what I would do, is that kind of combination of things. So hopefully that helps.
Yeah, and TikTok Shop for that kind of thing. That's probably my number one recommendation for if you wanted to have a really successful launch right out the gate. Build a TikTok Shop
is a massive opportunity if you can get,
if you're in the United States.
Yeah, if you're in the US, you have inventory, you can ship quickly. TikTok Shop is a fantastic opportunity for sure.
Yeah. And we have there's a video coming out on TikTok Shop on the channel, actually. It's not how to make a TikTok Shop if you have stuff to sell. It's how do you become an affiliate and promote people's content, people's products. But you should watch it because it will show you how it works.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of the TikTok Shop opportunity. There's two sides to it. So as an affiliate, somebody who's just looking to try to make some money online, you could use it to generate revenue. If you're a brand and you have physical products to sell, it's a fantastic way to get sales. Yeah. So it's actually the two sides kind of come together in TikTok Shop, and that's how it works.
Yeah. All right. This is from RV Andy's Getaways, and he said this is about the video we did today. And this is about building like an SEO blog site. He says, what push button site should I build for this for my push button account?
If you're trying to use the strategy we went over today, you want to build a lead generation site. That would be the type you want to build.
All right. And then this is from Tracy Mann. She says, can you demonstrate how to get backlinks? Because I find it confusing on how to get them.
I mean, Nick, you can put that on the future content, because there's no one size fits all. So it's like there's different. My stream just went wacky.
Oh, you're back.
I'm back. Okay. So I was talking about help a reporter out, which they changed the name of it to something else now, but you sign up for it and you put in information about your brand. And then when reporters and journalists are looking for sources and information related to what you have, they reach out to you, and then and you give them content. In exchange, you get a link. There's an example of one way to get content, or one way to get links. Another way is through press releases, and you either can do free or paid distribution. You have to write a press release about your business, and then you distribute it, and you get backlinks from that. Another is guest posts, where you have to go out, do the research, find blogs that need content, and you offer through, you just send them an email or contact them through their Contact Us page or through social media, through direct messaging. You reach out to them and you say, hey, I'd be happy to write an article for you. And if they say yes, you write the article and you include a backlink pointing back to your website. So those are examples, but there are dozens, if not hundreds, of ways to get backlinks. And each one is a unique and different process. So
what could be cool? Edward Sturm is really good at SEO. He has a ton of content on backlinks. And I should reach out to him. That'd be cool if we could get him to come on for like 20, 30 minutes and talk about backlinks.
Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, let's if there's people, we haven't covered it extensively because what most people want to hear about, it seems, on my channel is like a package of here's an entire strategy. And we don't get a lot of into
tactics.
Yeah, things like backlinks and going step by step on all the different ways you can get backlinks. But it seems like there's enough interest and we can do it. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. This is from Chris. He says, last week you mentioned the spam word checker for emails. I used it and they flagged words like offer, click, order, shop, now. How do you get around that in your CTA?
Well, this is something that I had to help producer Nick get through, and you're pretty good at it now, right?
Yeah, well, I'll type it out somewhere else. I'll type out my email in Beehive or Notepad or something, and now I'll take it and I'll copy and paste it in the spam checker tool, which, by the way, for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, I'm going to link it in the chat if you want to see what we're talking about. But I'll copy and paste it now, and I've gotten so good at it, I rarely have a flagged word now. You have to get creative and kind of flowery with your writing, unfortunately. It's kind of ridiculous. But notice how, because if you read today's email, I think I said, instead of talking about saying he made X amount of money, I said he put this amount in his pocket. You have to say things like that. And it's just
you would say instead of dollars, you might say bucks, or instead of saying profit, like you say, to put this in his pocket, so it is difficult. Imagine, and I think you might be talking about make money online content. It can be very hard to write content and get through those filters, but it can be done. Also, what I often will do is start by telling ChatGPT that I'm writing content that I need to make sure it doesn't get triggered by spam filters. Yeah. And it does an okay job. It's not foolproof by any means. It still will use trigger words, but then sometimes I'll use that as a starting place for my email content. Yeah.
If I've thought about doing this, but I didn't want to do this if no one was going to use it, but I've thought about building a custom GPT, giving it all of the data on what prevents copy from inboxing, and then making like a deliverability GPT where you give it an email and it helps you fix it so it won't spam. If there's interest, I can build a custom GPT and make it available for all of our subscribers. If there's not interest, then I'll just I won't bother. But if you're interested, let me know.
Okay, cool. Well, Regina's definitely interested.
Awesome. All right. This is a comment from Regina. She says, what you teach gives us hope that we can achieve the goals we have. I love the new strategies I learned. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome.
All right. Ty says, as far as the make money online niche, do you think that's definitely doable? Would you do it and do high ticket? Would you also do a 30-day pre-written email series selling every other 2 days?
So it depends a little bit. So just recognize, I mean, like any niche, but the make money online niche is an interesting one. The strategy I would probably go with if I were a brand new beginner is solo ads, which you see people in the chat. And I don't know if you're are you in our Simple Path to Profits program? If you're not, you should learn about it, because that's exactly what it's for, is how to break into the make money online niche with my preferred strategy, especially for a newer entrepreneur. But yeah, so I would recommend you lead with solo ads if you're, kind of newer at it, and then realize that it's a long-term game. Okay. So it's a competitive marketplace, and it is a long-term game, just like you heard me talk about James Clear's success, right? Is through consistency and long-term list building is how he succeeded. So make sure you have that in mind. You're not looking for a get-rich-quick solution that's going to make you a bunch of money next week. But you can do it. It is a good niche. I personally love the niche. If it's something that you find interesting and intriguing, then it's even better for you to pick as a niche. So you absolutely can make money with it, even as a beginner, for sure.
That made me think of, because Ty, you mentioned the 30-day email series. I saw a tweet a few months ago. They sell a high-ticket course on how to be a ghostwriter. And they have this, it's called Ship 30 for 30. And they have this 20-day email sequence. They just gave the exact email sequence on Twitter. I haven't tried it. They claim it made them like 6 figures, but I'll drop a link to it in the chat if you want to go check it out. So if you're looking to build an email sequence. And if it works, let us know. That maybe I'll try it out in Ingeniosity or something.
Cool. And then how many questions we got stored up here, Nick?
It's about 4 or 5.
Okay. Then let's power through. I just realized I'm supposed to be on live with another appearance I'm supposed to make coming up here for another a webinar, and totally slipped.
Wow.
So yeah, that's why I've been distracted here behind the scenes. So we'll do lightning round. So we're gonna do final call for questions, and we're on to lightning round. Let's go.
All right. Ty says, how do we create all this value and nurture our clients? Do we use ChatGPT with great topics?
I mean, there's a lot of ways to do it. And if you look at some of the content on our channel about newsletters, I think you'll get a lot of value from that. But basically, you could do something as simple as what's called curation. So you can just go out, find the latest breaking news or new information and tips and value from other people that aren't even you, and share those with your email list. I mean, it could be as simple as that. So anything that you can do, if you can put your own content out that does that, fantastic. Then you just share links to your own content in your own blog, right? So you just have to get to the root of what are the problems that your list has that they want to solve, what are the goals that they want to achieve, and you just share information and resources that help them with those things. And again, it doesn't have to be yours. You can share a link to an MSN article or a New York Times article or a blog post somewhere else. And that can have a lot of value. and it still helps you build rapport with the list. You could write some commentary as to why you think it's valuable and then drop a link to it. And it could be as simple as that.
All right. And this is Chris. He says, on the SPP program, is there a specific day to start solo ads?
Today. No, there's no specific day. Just, I think in that program, we do talk about how once we set up your site, we're doing something to help you with your email reputation. So there's a thing we do to help you establish a positive reputation for your email so that you can try to get in the inbox. And I think we say, check the training, right? I think it's 7 days. Double check what the training says that we tell you to wait. So once your site is up and you get the notice that things are good to go, you do want to wait. Again, I think it's 7 days, but check the course for the references before you start mailing. But otherwise, there's no particular day of the week that you should wait to start. Yeah.
All right. Okay, this is RV Andy's Getaways. He says, I worked up to 450 clicks in 5 weeks. Then on that 450 solo order, I dropped to almost no clicks / opens. I backed down the solo ad to 1 a week and back down to smaller amounts. Emails must be going to spam ?
Okay, I think you have a coach. Do you? I think so. I think you're in our ultimate program and have a coach. This is something you definitely want to chat with your coach about if you do. And if I'm misremembering that and you're not an ultimate, then I can try to help you more with this separately. But that's something that, because I want to ask you a lot of questions and learn a little more about. There's not a quick answer to give you, but remind me, Andy, if you are an ultimate. I think you are. Because, your coach would be the perfect person to help you specifically with your situation. And you'd have access to them, by the way, through either chat or through setting up your one-on-one with them. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Awesome.
This is from Tracy, also about SPP. She says, What would you say we should expect in regards to getting leads and sales and following the task we had? How often should we email them pure content?
Okay, so for the rest of the audience, this strategy that we're talking about, what's called Simple Path to Profit. It's a program that I have, and it involves using a traffic strategy called solo ads to get subscribers and make sales. And so this is a very general rule of thumb. It can be higher, it can be a little lower, but generally what I'll see is for every 100 subscribers that you get, you should get one of the low ticket sales, right? Then over time, which can take many weeks before you do that, you'll begin to get higher ticket sales. So you want to continue building your list and not stop, be consistent, keep building your list, following the training. You'll get, again, for every 100 subscribers, you should be getting about one sale of the low ticket sale. Now, the low ticket sales, they're not going to make you profitable. The profit is not there. It's just that's what gets to the kind of the flow started. And then as you get high ticket sales, that's where the profit starts to come in over time. So, but there you have it. Yeah.
All right. And then this is from the Blazing Marketer.
Mm-hmm.
She says, how long after we launch our first site on SPP should we launch a second site?
I probably wouldn't launch a second site, to be honest with you. Just stick with your first and just keep going and be consistent. Yeah, that'd be my recommendation there.
All right. I think, that's it. We're caught up.
Cool. All right. Awesome. Well, then I want to remind you guys, I'm going to play a commercial in a minute, but I want to remind you that we do have our success sessions. If you haven't yet had one, definitely want to claim that. I think that link is still pinned in the comments. Once we go off live, I'll drop it into our actual blog, the comments below the video. This live session, the live chat will end when we end the broadcast, and then it'll turn into a comment section. That's how YouTube does it once we shut down the live stream. So I'll drop a link to that. And then I hope today was useful. Did you guys get some useful info today? Let me know how my rating for today's show. Did you get some value? Hopefully I helped answer your questions, and hopefully it was worth hanging out with me today. And I want to remind you to subscribe. Subscribe. You'll see the red button down below. And Producer Nick, we do have a link that you're going to share. I forgot to mention it, so thanks for that.
Yeah.
But so we have a YouTube link that we're going to share in the chat. If you can pop that in there. Now, there it is. That is a video we dropped today. It is an awesome piece of content. And if you're interested in building a profitable business, especially as a new entrepreneur, you're going to want to watch that. So do me a favor. It'll also help the channel. If you go watch it, go click that link. It's dropped into the chat now. Go watch that video. It's a pretty short one. And drop a comment. Let me know any questions, or let me know how that video did. And did you get value from it? So go ahead on over there, check out that video. It will really help me in the channel and Producer Nick. If you go watch that, the longer you watch it, the better it is for us. So that YouTube watches the watch time. The longer you watch it, the more YouTube realizes the video is worth sharing. And we're really hoping to get this one. We want to give it a kick so that it gets some traffic. And so any help you can do by clicking, going and watching it, and then dropping a comment would be incredibly helpful to us. So that would be greatly appreciated. And with that, I think we're good. We good to wrap it up today?
Yep.
Fantastic. All right, everybody. We'll have a fantastic week, and I'll see you next Wednesday. Here, we're going to wrap up on an ad. Where did it go? It's right here. Here we go. 25 years of building online businesses, I've discovered that it can be a confusing and overwhelming process. Luckily, I made it through all of that, and I've generated over $100 million in results across all of my companies over the years. But for many entrepreneurs, like you maybe, you might be facing uncertainty, overwhelm, confusion about what to do next to make profit online. Whether you're starting your first business or you might be trying to grow your existing business. And if you would like to get certainty, clarity, and your own roadmap to success, then I'm offering a special one-on-one consultation. This is a one-on-one success session. It is absolutely free. And the reason I'm offering this is because I've found that if you help people understand their roadmap and their path forward, that they'll do business with you when it makes sense. So by showing you and helping you get that clarity, get that certainty, and having your own roadmap to achieve success through online entrepreneurship, I know that if it's a right fit, that you'll do business with me in the future. So I'm willing to offer this totally free to join a member of my team and learn for yourself. And don't worry, there is no high pressure sales tactics here. This is just help to help you succeed. So instead of the high pressure sales, we're going to jump on with you one-on-one. We'll have an interview session to learn a little bit more about you and put together a specific program. We'll do a follow-up call, and you'll be able to join one of my experts, and they're going to help you achieve the clarity that you desire so that you know what to do, so you can make the maximum amount of profits fast for your unique situation. In this session, you're going to uncover exactly what business and marketing strategies are going to unlock the profits that you're looking for. You're going to uncover the best lead generation strategies for existing business owners. So if you've got a business that you want to expand, we're going to cover how to do that. If you're a new business owner, we're going to cover how to start your first successful business. We're going to help you deal with any overwhelm, confusion, or uncertainty on what to do next, which I find for new entrepreneurs is vital. Then we're going to help you figure out what might have gone wrong in the past, because chances are you've probably tried a few things and you might be frustrated with what happened. So we're going to cover what went wrong from past marketing efforts so that you don't make those mistakes again. Then you're going to discover unique methods of affiliate marketing that are not possible anywhere else. Finally, we're going to uncover any issues you might be having with mindset and the way you're approaching and thinking about your business so that you can learn what is the optimum way to get productivity, to stay motivated, to not go into procrastination, and actually get things done in your business. And then, if our push button business building tools are the right solution for you, we will do a personalized live demo for you, and we'll show you how our tools can help you. And if it's a good fit, awesome, we can do some business together. And if not, you come away from the session with some value, knowing exactly what you need to do next. And that helps me achieve my mission in life, which is to help as many entrepreneurs like you as possible. Claim your absolutely free success session by going to the link that you see on the screen below and find exactly how we can help you. And whether or not you choose to do business with me now or sometime in the future, or maybe we don't do business at all, I am happy to be able to help you in your journey as an entrepreneur. I look forward to hearing all about your session. We'll see you next time.
Know you can now launch your own online business with the click of a mouse? Sounds crazy, right? Guess what? It's now possible thanks to our game-changing AI software that's helping beginners build a successful online business. If you have tried and failed at building an online business or you've got no idea where to start, there is good news for you. We are entering a new exciting era of AI, and I'm here to teach you how to use it to build and grow an online business. Because I'm handing you a blueprint, a business in a box powered by AI, and it's called PushButton AI. Imagine a tool so smart it does all the heavy lifting for you. Builds an info product business, sets up hosting, launches the website, and even crafts engaging email sequences. Here's the thing. This isn't like anything else out there, and this is based on what's working right now. PushButton AI is based on my experience of generating over $100 million over the last 20 years and helping over 81,942 customers build and grow their own online businesses. If you'd like to find out more about this, register now and dive into my free live demo to uncover strategies and traffic tricks that will pivot your business and skyrocket your online business from surviving to thriving. Imagine what your life would look like today if you bought Bitcoin when it was $1. You now have the same opportunity with PushButton AI since nobody else is doing this. Don't miss out this time.
The present celebrities or characters in this video are all fake and generated by artificial intelligence.
You know, the other day while I was resting my eyes, I woke up to find that I'd built an entire online business.
Really, Joe? How'd you manage to do that?
Well, you see,
Wait a minute, Sleepy Joe. Let me guess. You had PushButton AI do all the work, didn't you?
That's right, Donald. It found me a fantastic domain name, built out a complete site, set up my shopping cart so I can get paid, and even wrote an entire email sales campaign for me, all while I was napping.
Well, I've been using PushButton AI too. And believe me, my new business, it's huge. The best. So much winning. You wouldn't believe.
This PushButton AI sounds phenomenal.
Oh, it is. It's almost as genius as I am.
But with better hair, no doubt.
Guys, all this talk is boring to me. What everyone needs to do is click the link of this video and go to the masterclass to see how to use this powerful technology to build their own profitable online business.
Well, if Elon says it, it must be worth a shot.
You're right, Barry. Everyone should click the link right now.
I can't believe I'm going to agree with Joe, but this masterclass sounds like it's going to be huge. Absolutely terrific. The best masterclass ever given, probably.
Okay, guys, how about we hit that link? Time is money.
25 years of building online businesses, I've discovered that it can be a confusing and overwhelming process. Luckily, I made it through all of that, and I've generated over $100 million in results across all of my companies over the years. But for many entrepreneurs, like you maybe, you might be facing uncertainty, overwhelm, confusion about what to do next to make profit online. whether you're starting your first business or you might be trying to grow your existing business. And if you would like to get certainty, clarity, and your own roadmap to success, then I'm offering a special one-on-one consultation. This is a one-on-one success session. It is absolutely free. And the reason I'm offering this is because I've found that if you help people understand their roadmap and their path forward, that they'll do business with you when it makes sense. So by showing you and helping you get that clarity, get that certainty, and having your own roadmap to achieve success through online entrepreneurship, I know that if it's a right fit, that you'll do business with me in the future. So I'm willing to offer this totally free to join a member of my team and learn for yourself. And don't worry, there is no high pressure sales tactics here. This is just help to help you succeed. So instead of the high pressure sales, we're going to jump on with you one-on-one. We'll have an interview session to learn a little bit more about you and put together a specific program. We'll do a follow-up call and you'll be able to join one of my experts, and they're going to help you achieve the clarity that you desire so that you know what to do so you can make the maximum amount of profits fast for your unique situation. In this session, you're going to uncover exactly what business and marketing strategies are going to unlock the profits that you're looking for. You're going to uncover the best lead generation strategies for existing business owners. So if you've got a business that you want to expand, we're going to cover how to do that. If you're a new business owner, we're going to cover how to start your first successful business. We're going to help you deal with any overwhelm, confusion, or uncertainty on what to do next, which I find for new entrepreneurs is vital. Then we're going to help you figure out what might have gone wrong in the past, because chances are you've probably tried a few things and you might be frustrated with what happened. So we're going to cover what went wrong from past marketing efforts so that you don't make those mistakes again. Then you're going to discover unique methods of affiliate marketing that are not possible anywhere else. Finally, we're going to uncover any issues you might be having with mindset and the way you're approaching and thinking about your business so that you can learn what is the optimum way to get productivity, to stay motivated, to not go into procrastination, and actually get things done in your business. And then, if our push button business building tools are the right solution for you, we will do a personalized live demo for you, and we'll show you how our tools can help you. And if it's a good fit, awesome, we can do some business together. And if not, you come away from the session with some value, knowing exactly what you need to do next. And that helps me achieve my mission in life, which is to help as many entrepreneurs like you as possible. Claim your absolutely free success session by going to the link that you see on the screen below and find exactly how we can help you. And whether or not you choose to do business with me now or sometime in the future, or maybe we don't do business at all, I am happy to be able to help you in your journey as an entrepreneur. I look forward to hearing all about your session. We'll see you next time.